Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video. If you're not on the list, you're not allowed in. Oh, come on, you gotta let us into the party. But the coronation of the queen is a public event. Everyone has a right to attend. This is pure toon discrimination. Oh, come on, why does he get let in? Because I'm the entertainment, y'all.
Oh, we're with him?
Nice try, but that won't work.
I figured it wouldn't.
Well, this would be the coronation.
The episode begins at Bright Moon, where Princess Tumbler is getting ready for her special day. A very, very special day. Her Coronation Day. That's right, Princess Tumbler is about to become the Queen of Tumblr. I think their cake is a little inaccurate of the events that actually transpired. But I'm digging the new hairstyle, and it gives them an excuse to update the old intro.
Of course, does anybody else think that they're rushing things a little too fast with this coronation? I mean, even Princess Tumbler seems to not have gotten over the whole Queen Debbie dying bit. And it's present throughout the entirety of the episode.
It's kind of bad form that it doesn't feel like they even had a funeral for her. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Queen Debbie, but at the very least they deserved to give her a funeral. She was kind of the queen. But no time for that. It's time to rush right into the coronation. And Dora and Beta refuse to allow Princess Tumbler to even think about her mother, for they plan on making this her best day ever. And so does Princess Castaspella. God, I hate that name. As she explains that there's some sort of weird princess quest that she has to go on. But before she can go on it, she must get ready for the party, because Castaspella is a certified party planner, quote unquote.
Yeah, we know 2 actual certified party planners that can run circles around you. And their ship name is Cheese Pie.
So right away, things are a mess, as the other princesses are getting ready for Princess Tumbler's coronation, forcing her to make very rash and very abrupt decisions right off the bat. And getting some miscommunication going on as well. All while Adora and Beta aren't allowing Princess Tumbler to even consider or think about their mom. But all the pressures of this is definitely starting to get to Tumbler.
Come on, just a little bit more.
Huh? Hello! Well, we later cut back to the Fright Zone as things aren't looking so hot. Katra and Horde are still sort of peeved and depressed that Entraptra quote-unquote betrayed them. But Katra knows the truth. She didn't betray them. She banished her to Beast Island. And Horde, well, he was lied to, and he's an idiot for being lied to by a person who's lied to him before. And he knows it. But he trusts her blindly anyway, because emotions override logic. And even mentioning Entraptra's name in his present is enough to set him off. Triggered! And the only reason Katra's not in chains is because the message actually came through. But Horde doesn't want to do anything about it, because he's still sad. But I'd rather be sad with Horde than happy with Adora right now, as they still keep trying to overwhelm Tumbler to try to make her happy, when it's clear she is anything but. But Adora and Beta keep trying anyway to their heart's content, even so much as running through the halls for no reason. Unfortunately for Dora, she runs into Shadow Weaver, who's no longer a prisoner, but a welcomed guest. I guess one good deed is enough to make up for a lifetime of cruel villainy. And things only go from bad to worse with the coronation, as everyone's fighting, trying to figure out what's going on with no direction, no planning, no nothing. And one must wonder, why didn't they get other people whose job it is to do this shit to do it? Well, they overwhelm Princess Tumbler and she has a bit of a meltdown and storms off.
I can't believe They're making us go through all this just to go to a damn party, and oh, come on!
How come we keep getting the only competent guard at Bright Moon on our butts? Well, we cut back to the Fright Zone as Katra and Scorpia are rooting around in Traptra's old junk. Scorpia suggests that they bring in Traptra back because, heat of the moment decision and all, but Katra refuses and practically threatens Scorpia again to not blab about it. As far as she's concerned, she's a traitor. And I genuinely feel like Scorpia's really changing her attitude towards Katra. It's just hard for her. But at least she still has Emily. I suppose that's good enough for now. Well, it's Coronation party time, as Tumbler is still pretty unsure about this whole ordeal. Again, she's still mourning her mother and she's practically replacing her, and everyone's just all smiles and cheers about it, as she's about to go on her quest. And Dora and Bo are right on her side. They try to cheer up, but it's pretty clear she's too far gone. She really does not want to be here. Well, after traveling around in the cave for a bit, they discover the Room of the Queens, where they're supposed to put this weird lantern-looking thing. Well, I guess trial's over, right? It's never that simple. So they get attacked by what looks like the cross between a snake, an ocelot, and a worm. And it constantly gets in their way, chasing them into a hole. They try to get out of there using Tumbler's powers, but Tumbler doesn't have her powers right now, because she hasn't been charging them. She hasn't been charging them because she always shared her powers with her mom. But if she were to charge this time, she would take the full brunt of it and not just the little bit that she has been using. And she doesn't want to do that because it would admit to herself that her mom is truly gone. Dora finally comforts the poor girl and tells her there's nothing to worry about, and they can do this all if they stick together. It's funny how in shows like this, the best way to solve a problem is to simply talk it out and not put yourself in a life-threatening situation where having the ability to teleport out of a small cave where you're being trapped by literal rock and a giant worm ocelot monster might come in handy. So Dora finally pulls her sword out of her butt and turns into She-Ra, and they do battle with the monster as Tumbler does whatever she's doing with that weird lantern thing and completes the princess quest. Sparkles envelop the room as Princess Tumbler ascends into an angelic form. Wait, those wings aren't permanent, right? Look, I've been in the My Little Pony fandom long enough to know putting wings on a character is usually not a good idea. The wings might not be permanent, but at least she gets the consolation prize of a recording of her mother, telling her that she's fully prepared to handle this responsibility and that she's proud of her, even though nothing in this series complements that encouraging thought. But hey, it's the thought that counts, right? So I guess quest completed. I don't see how this plan could possibly go wrong!
For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline.
Pal, you could have told me that before I set it up.
I think I heard my everything.
So Team Tumbler returns to the party, portal style, and they see everything's magically been brought together. Everyone's getting along, everybody's having fun, and the throne is waiting for Queen Tumbler. She's still unsure of herself, but she gives one inspirational speech later that ensures her reign as the queen, and they will take down the Horde, blah blah blah. But then we cut back to the Horde, where Hordak is surprised that another bitch is sitting on the throne. His throne. Katra, who also decided to take it upon herself to update her wardrobe. Hordak does not like this at all, but she rips out his core power unit that powers his suit to keep the pain and keeping him alive. In this position, he's more entitled to listen to Katra, as she says it's time to stop moping around and get off your ass. We got a war to win! And don't you want to impress Horde Prime when he gets here by conquering an entire planet? Hordak sees the logic in this, and thus we enter into the new chapter for the War of Etheria. And that was the coronation. Or at least it would have been if we were allowed into the party. It doesn't feel like Princess Tumbler earned the right of the Queen, but then again, I don't think it's supposed to be.
It feels kind of bad. The fact that they don't even mention any kind of funeral that might have happened, or at the very least show a tombstone for Princess Debbie. I mean, she was the reigning queen over everything. The whole episode was just pretty much setting things up for what's to come, trying to psych us up. But honestly, I'm not sure what kind of cards they have left in their deck to play.
With everything that was said up here, it kinda sounds like they're trying to expand the scope of what's going on. But I wonder when they're gonna bring Eternia back up, because that was a kind of a big deal in the previous season. I need more clarification to know what they're going to do with that. But I guess this was a decent episode for just setting things up. So I'll give it a pass. I'll see what the rest of the season has to offer. Until next time, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, and we're still not invited to the party. I wonder how Tuna's doing.
Get to sweating, I ain't trying to unwind. Girl, you're smoking, damn, you're one of a kind. Can't help it,